If you will grab your word, we're going to turn one more time there back to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18. And I just want to read one verse, verse 21. 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 21. Here beginneth the reading of God's holy word. And Saul said, I will give him her, that she may be a snare to him, and that the hand of the Philistines may be against him. Wherefore Saul said to David, thou shalt this day be my son-in-law, the one of the twain. The word of the Lord for the people of God. You can take your seat. So this year we are dealing with the overall theme of kingdom dynamics. And always understanding that dynamics means how do we run? How does this engine run? How is the kingdom run? And so therefore we're examining this theme right now through the life and legacy of David. That's our sermon series, Kingdom Design, the life and legacy of David. And today we want to speak from this topic right here, marriage entrapment. I thought I'd take a sip right there. Marriage entrapment. I shall begin this sermon today by stating something that is obvious and yet it is not valued as much as it should be. That is, the devil hates marriage. I need us to understand that. The devil wants to destroy marriage. Now, I didn't even say your marriage because we miss it. He just wants to destroy marriage. The devil wants to use, watch this now, your marriage to destroy you. Well, I don't want to start too soon on anything, but you all know the person that you went to the altar with ain't the person you necessarily still with. I'm going to help somebody. God speaks about two being better than one. Ecclesiastes 4:9, it says this, 9 through 12. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, I just heard in my spirit, sometimes too much heat. I saw some people fanning earlier, having the private summer, so I said too much heat. Anyway, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Hence, the enemy of our soul, his motto is taking out two birds with one stone. Satan hates union. And if a couple are joined together in this union, his aim is to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal their focus, kill their favor, and destroy their friendship, and hence destroy the marriage. One of the things that must be understood is that marriage makes you vulnerable. Can I have a witness? It makes you vulnerable. Many have falsely felt that the moment that they said, I do, that they were safe, sound, and secure. What they have missed is that after the vows, after the glorious and even glamorous wedding is the marriage. I mean, if we could have our marriage like our wedding day, we'd be all right. Listen, marriage will lock or trap two persons in marriage, and this trap will either make you or break you. It's going to make you or break you. And sometimes it breaks you to make you. The threefold cord of a marriage must be the man, the woman, and God himself. This is the cord that is not easily broken. If God is not in it, the head of it, it will stand a high possibility of failure. Failure to thrive, failure to grow into its God-ordained purpose, failure to take two individuals and make them one. It's a making process. I'm telling you, I've been married. How long we test? How long we been married this year? He passed the test. 33 years. Can I tell you, I wouldn't even look at the good outer there. He's a good guy. But can I tell you, God is still making me? Can I tell you, God is still growing me? I'm still learning about this thing called marriage and personalities. It continues on. And just let me help some of my young adults. Sometimes you get married and you believe that that's it. It should remain just like the wedding day. I need you to understand that because you mature and you change, so does the marriage. The marriage. You look at all those wedding pictures all you want. You're going to have to survive. You go to Eva Maria. I mean, they sang my song and everything. Eva Maria. I know the angels were all around everything. And so, church, and I look at him. I heard that key. Usually I didn't heard the minstrel right there. He's trying to say Ave Maria. You remember when they sang that? You don't remember who sang it? Do you remember who sang it? You don't remember who sang it? Your Uncle Gilbert Reed sang it. Do you remember now? He should kick up at you, your own uncle. See that? See the attitude right there? Look. But after 33 years, say la vie. So listen, stop playing that direct. So listen. Such is life. It can be good or bad. It's a matter of who you will yield yourself to. What will be your mindset? What will you decide to do when choices are presented before you? So today, let's look at this marriage situation, this marriage entrapment, as we deal with the following 3 points. Point number 1, double talk, the tradition. Double talk, the tradition. Point number 2, double take, the trap. Double take, the trap. And point number 3, double trouble, the trick and treat. The trick and treat. All right. People are like, Pastor, we're going to get there. Point number 1, double talk, the tradition. Saying one thing but meaning another. Doing one thing but doing it for a reason that is not the one that would seem obvious. That's a double take. I remind you here that, don't forget, Saul is eyeing David. Saul's chief aim and daily focus is to kill David. David defeated the Philistine and brought joy and honor and celebration to the nation of Israel. For his reward, remember, the man that defeated the giant was promised the hand of Saul's daughter in marriage. That was the deal. Whoever defeated the giant got the daughter. David had just won the prize. This is where we're at. He had just won the prize. Yet, 17, look at it. And Saul said to David, behold, my elder daughter Merab, her will I give thee to wife, only be thou valiant for me, and fight the Lord's battles. For Saul said, let not mine hand be upon him, but let the hand of the Philistines be upon him. I ain't going to kill you, I'm just going to put you in a position where you get killed. Yeah. That's what he wants for his son-in-law. Church, this was going to be a marriage trap. Saul would create this marriage, and this marriage will benefit him. Now, let us note that Saul is going to give his eldest daughter to marry David. Her name is Merab. The eldest daughter, I'm talking about tradition. I'm talking about the way that our people do things. They don't marry off the youngest. They marry off the oldest daughter. It's a matter of positioning and protocol. It's what they do. Merab, her name means increase. Oh, you mean Saul's going to give his daughter, her name means increase to David? Let's say that again. Saul's going to give his daughter, whose name means increase to David? Not today, not today, not today. Surely David marrying Merab would bring increase. Now, wait a minute, church. Saul has a problem with David and increase. Need I remind you of the song that the women sang? Oh, Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands. And so already Saul is like, David's already got increase. What am I going to do? Give him my daughter for increase too? Yet Saul, he speaks to his own self. While you may have my daughter and she is scheduled to bring you increase, my real desire is that you fight the enemy and they kill you. So while I desire increase for my daughter, I do not desire that it happens with you. 18. And David said unto Saul, who am I, and what is my life or my father's family in Israel, that I should be son-in-law to the king? Mr. Humble right there, humility. He just worried about winning the battles for Saul. 19. But it came to pass at the time when Merib, Saul's daughter, should have been given to David, that she was given unto Adriel, the Meholathite, to wife. So you got to see it. David is set to marry the honor of marrying the oldest daughter. But Saul can't handle when David gets blessed. Can I park it right there? Oh, church, do you feel like having a church moment with me right here? That the enemy of your soul can stand when you get blessed. That every child of God, let me tell you, you have a soul. You've got somebody eyeing you. You've got somebody that doesn't want to see you succeed. You've got somebody that can't stand to see you happy. But can I tell you here that like David, a man after the heart of God, that God's got your back, he's got your front, he's got your future, he's got you in the palm of his hand, and none can pluck you out. None can pluck you out. So the humble servant David, he's right here. He actually is overwhelmed at being considered to be a part of the king's family. So he's in a different space. You better be thankful. You can, I better throw this one here. I knew it again. You better be grateful, watch this now, when you have a David person in your presence, that mentality. Because even when they have every right to be angry, every right to be disappointed, every right not to support, they will support anyway. Because David is always a man, watch this now, after the heart of God and not after your heart. Shamanase. So his focus is always divine, so that he doesn't get bent out of shape and you change your mind and you change your mind and you like him today and you don't like him today. No. It's so much up here. The Lord is my shepherd. He is so satisfied with who shepherds him that he don't mind shepherding others. Talking about when you are promised something, but you're considered not good enough for the promise. Yeah. So David, he's overwhelmed at being considered to be a part of the king's family. Yet before this increase, Merib, can take place, Saul changes his mind. Saul gives his eldest daughter to Adriel to marry. So we see in verse 19, it says something about daughter number 2 that it did not say about daughter number 1. Michal, daughter number 2, you got it, loved David. Merab didn't love him. She probably loved this, the one that daddy said, go ahead, go marry him. But Michal, oh, she loved David. We do not read anywhere that Merab had a relationship of love towards David. So I was thinking to God on this, and God reminded me of some things. Listen to this. Back in the day, especially as it pertained to royalty, you were not this is deep. You were not obligated to marry for love. That's right. Take a seat right there. Take a seat right here. Because that's going to hurt somebody. You're all googly-eyed in front of the, who you call him, pastor. Because you love each other. You know, 50% of these things don't work out. But about 95% are so in love at the altar. So back in the day, I want you to get it. You were not obligated to marry for love. You were encouraged to marry for position or for a purpose. Now, what's my girl name? Megan? The black girl going to be married into the royal family? She better be glad it's 2018 and not 1918. Because she black. And Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, we're going to have you. No. Let me tell you how the rich, they would even let the cousins marry the cousins, keep it in the family. I'm trying to tell you about protocol. Don't talk about marrying for no love. What you bringing? Maybe we need to go back there. What you bringing? Where's your bank account? Where's your house? Lord of mercy. Yep, I've got an attitude right there. Saul wanted Merab to marry David for a purpose. For a purpose. There was no love in the air. Whoever defeated the giant was scheduled to marry Merab. However, Merab married Adriel. This is an indicator that Saul was not concerned about who Merab might have loved. No, not really. David happened to be the winner. He was the wrong winner. It should have been no big deal. It should have been no big announcement that David would marry Merab, because that was already the set deal. We're in chapter 18, back in chapter 17. 1 Samuel 17:25, it reads, and the men of Israel said, have you seen this man that has come up? Surely to divide Israel is he come up. And it shall be, look. And it shall be that the man who killeth him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and give him, his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel. So it was automatic that he was going to marry Merab. But Saul said the wrong person killed the giant. Sometimes people look at you and they say, you're the wrong person who killed the giant. They expected you to be taken out, you to be taken down, you to be defeated. And you're still here, and you're still standing. Oh, if somebody had beat you, they would be celebrating that person. But because you're the winner, they got a problem with you. See, nothing changes. It should not have been a new announcement. Yet look at the mind of Saul towards David. Saul wants to vex David. See, yes, thank you, Holy Spirit. See, David is a man of war. And so therefore, his focus is warfare. Yes. What can destroy a person who is always focused in warfare is if you irritate them, if you agitate them, because then they might get off the game, right? And might not be as focused when he gets onto the battlefield. And so Saul here knows that David is an excellent marksman. And so what he must do now is irritate David. Take him off his game. I don't know if everybody's hearing me. You got to know when the enemy is attacking your singing, attacking your praise, attacking your worship, attacking your testimony, and understand that's the plan of the enemy, to take you off your game, because you know that you love to sing, you know that you love to worship, you know that you love to praise, and you've got to guard your gift. And so he offers it to David, offers his daughter to David, and then takes the offer back. Gives the offer away to another, as if that person, Adriel, had defeated the giant. See, listen, I hope the whole nation, when they looked at Merab and see Merab with Adriel, they're going to say, oh, the king honors that man. Oh, matter of fact, he's going to step into position. And if something happens, I'm talking now, if something happens to Jonathan, I'm on shake. I see something setting up. I can't go there yet. If something happens to Jonathan, then whoever's married to Merab will become king. And so, political. And so therefore, Saul says, oh no, remember I already said, what can he have now but the kingdom? Well, I ain't going to give him the kingdom. And so therefore, watch it now, catch it, church. He's not going to have my increase. He's not going to have my Merab. He's not going to have my daughter who will bring forth fruit. I can't get into that. That's another lesson. So give the offer away. The eldest daughter, whose name means increase, will be stripped away from David and given to Adriel. So what will happen now? Point number 2. Double take the trap, 20. And Michal, Saul's daughter, loved David. And they told Saul, and the thing pleased him. See, every father knows their daughter, you know. They know the makeup of the daughter. This one going to act this way, this one. They know. Good news for Saul. His next daughter actually loved David. Yeah. I remind you that Saul really does not care about the love. He cares about the purpose of that love. Saul's purpose is now spoken in the next verse. Plain as day, 21. Like he's not trying to hide it. Ain't gonna be no secret commission. You know, they ain't gonna be revealing what they did in the United States. The memo. You know, the great reveal that did nothing. Yeah. 21, look at it. And Saul said, I will give him her. Say what? That she may be a snare. Oh, yeah. A snare to him, and that the hand of the Philistines may be against him. Wherefore Saul said to David, thou shalt this day be my son-in-law in the one of the twain. Welcome to the family. You're 1 or 2. You ain't number 1, you're number 2, really. And you're only number 2 because I'm going to get rid of you. I gotta get you in my confidence. I got to get you close to me again. I don't want you going anywhere. So come into the family. And so he doesn't realize that his position being given, the position being offered to him by the king is really a trap. Take a look at that now, the misty great reveal. What the king offers you is a trap. Huh? Sometimes in life you're offered something that looks good, doesn't it? Huh? Oh, yeah. That was the shiny ring. Oh, I'm good for that. Oh, can't be nothing wrong with that. Surely the Lord is with me. I need you to understand that you got to have your discernment working right. Because sometimes placed under the crown is the trap. You'll never see the trap until you get into the very situation and understand that the enemy never desired that you increase. The king offers this daughter with the mindset of a marriage trap. Saul will get David to marry Michal, and Michal will be a snare to him. Bottom line, she's going to be a snare to him. Now, I'm not going to go to it yet because we're a couple of sermons away from it. She loved David, but she loved her father. Going to be a trap. She's going to be caught between. We'll see it later on. The king offers her. She's a snare. Snare comes from the word malkish. It means bait, lure. Bait. Good bait. Good lure. And she loves him. That's what it was like. Cell phone ringing. Good trap. You know, I can imagine. Where's my cell phone? I can imagine, bring it up modern day, phone rings, right? This is Michal's phone. Phone rings. Comes up and it's got a picture of David. David, her beloved, calling her. And isn't she glad that she got him instead of Mary? And so Saul wants to bait David into danger. David should be given Saul's daughter, and yet Saul will make sure that this works in his favor. All for what reason? Saul wants David to be killed, actually before the marriage. He wants him dead. 22:23. And Saul commanded his servants, saying, commune with David secretly and say, behold, the king has delight in thee, and all his servants love thee. Now therefore be the king's son-in-law. And Saul's servants spake these words in the ears of David. And David said, seemeth it to you a light thing to be the king's son-in-law, seeing that I'm a poor man and lightly esteemed? Oh my gosh, the humility in David. David cannot get over the fact that he is being invited. Look, be very careful when beggars invite you in. Me? I finally got an invitation. Maria Seaman, they want me. Be careful of the trap. I think I just lost another invitation. But you got to be careful of these setups. Yes, the Bible in Revelation speaks and heeds that he that hath an ear should hear what the Spirit is saying. You've got to hear what the Spirit is saying in every condition. You see, listen. We can all hear the same words, but depending on how your ear is tuned, you're going to get something different. Hear the same sentence, see the same situation, and receive it in a different way. And so we have to be careful, not only in what we hear, but how we receive it. We have to hold it up to God and have God, what is this that I'm hearing? What does it mean? Don't allow me to respond too quickly. Sometimes you ever written a post, then highlighted that thing and erased it? I do it weekly, maybe twice a week. Okay, probably 3-4 times a week. Because now I understand, okay, the rawness of it is the emotion. Now, you can respond by emotion, or you can let it sit, marinate for a minute, and respond by the Spirit. That's what you want to do. So, it is vitally important not only what you hear, but how you hear what you hear. We can all hear the same thing and take in the same thing, but do things differently. So the enemy, hear me, is always, watch this, after your ear. You don't want to go there. You want to do that? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. This is why you have to be careful what you listen to here on social media. All the devil wants is your ear. And here is a sadistic soul. He wants to get a message in the ear of David that although he was not given the promised Merib, that he should be delighted to have my cow and become a part of the royal family. After all, the bonus is that she loves you, man. Bruh, she loves you. Merib didn't love you, so you hate. So essentially, Saul now gets his servants, soldiers, to talk in the ears of David. Calm him down, because he was pretty ticked off in study. Like, wait, what happened? Calm him down enough so that he will marry Michal. 24:25. And the servants of Saul told him, saying, on this manner spake David. And Saul said, thus shall ye say to David, the king desireth, the king desireth not any dowry. You ain't gonna have no money, man. You're worthy. You're worthy. You will not hear that from my lips. Look at what you gotta get. But 100 foreskins of the Philistines to be avenged of the king's enemies. But Saul, you think he did? Look at that. Look at God's beautiful word. But Saul thought to make David what? Fall by the hand of the Philistines. He didn't say, you ain't got no money, no problem, but I know you're a fighter. Just go get me some Philistines and kill them. And you. No. He wants to put David in a position. He can't kill no 100. Yay. The enemy said, Saul said, he can't kill 100. He can't wipe out 100 Philistines and then give me their foreskins. I'm going to talk about it. Because you're like, foreskins. I wonder what that is, foreskins. We're going to talk about it. So look at this. I remind you that David killed the giant. Yes. Well, perhaps I should say that the worst giant was actually King Saul. Shamanase. Everything else, I'm going to help you out right here in the spirit. Everything else that you have been through is only a practice, was only a practice for what you're going through now. If you can understand, church, I hope I'm helping somebody, that whatever you survived in the past has now given you what you need to thrive in the future. Oh, glory, I hope somebody caught that. Huh? It didn't take you out. So you're stronger. It didn't take you down. You're wiser. It didn't destroy you. You've got a future ahead of you. Shama. Yeah. That's it. For now, Saul is requiring that David work more. Wait a minute. All he had to do was kill the Philistine. Why do you got to go and work now for? Because he wants some dad. Watch out people that just constantly tug on you, drain you. This is a draining situation. As per usual, Saul is hoping that the battlefield will become the place of demise for David. Saul does not want David for a son-in-law. He wants David dead. Again, I warn you to be careful of the presents received at the hands of your enemy. I remember, and I said I wouldn't write it down. I would only say it if the Holy Spirit reminded me. I was talking to him while I was writing, and he just reminded me. So I'll say this sentence and give you. So you got to be careful of receiving gifts at the hands of your enemies. So when I had my last baby, an enemy brought me a dress for. Well, I knew that the enemy had a lesbian spirit and was in the church. So how many of you know that that dress never went on my baby girl? The devil is a liar. Huh? Hung up until I threw it out. See, you got to watch the spirit. Shamanase. Behind the presence. I'll go without before I take, unless God has set it up so and it's clear. But I said, my bed. And I was nice, so I wouldn't tell off nobody. All right. Because I knew her and she knew me. Be careful. 26:27. And when his servants told David these words, it pleased David well to be the king's son-in-law, and the days were not expired. Wherefore David arose and went. He and his man, David, some boy. Why a boy? So he and his man, David arose and went. He and his man, I just love this, and slew, Shamanose, slew of the Philistines 200. Come on up in here. Come on now. You, what? He's got the increase. You thought I would be taken out with 100. I'm going to kill 200 of them. Come on up. Can I tell you right now, and maybe preaching right here a bit happy, that what? God will give you a double for your trouble. He'll bless you in increase. He'll show forth his favor. All you've got to do is trust God. That is not by might. It's not by power, but God is by your spirit. 200. Slew of the Philistines, 200 men. And David brought their foreskins. And they gave them in full tale to the king. They told the story. Now, what you got to see here, right? Last time the women were singing, Saul has killed 1,000. David, 10,000. This time, the man come back. Yo, Saul, man. King Saul. That David's a bad mama jamma boy. I'm telling you, we were going over the ridge, right? And he just came up and he sent us this way. He sent us that way. And he said, no, I'm going to give you a signal. And when you do, then we're going to come in and just all emerge and all come. And we're going to take them by this. But I never seen nobody fight like him. And King, how much you requested? Remind me again, King, how much you wanted? You wanted 100? Bah! By that David, some brother, he brought you back 200, man. 200. So vexed. So ticked off. Come on now. Come on now. You can't fret when your enemy gets mad of your success. Come on now. Hey, animal, don't be afraid of success. That's what I want to speak. Huh? Don't be afraid to become more than what they thought of you, because God already spoke increased favor and opportunity over your life. Become all that God has desired for you to become. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So David brought their foreskins, 200, and gave them in full tale to the king, that he might be the king's son-in-law. And Saul had no choice now. He probably, I don't know if he didn't have another daughter or whatnot, but And Saul gave him Michal, his daughter, to wife. Some would say that David was a lover and a fighter. I disagree. I say that David was a fighter and a lover. He's a fighter first. And I need some fighters in here. Fighters on the Lord's side. Fighters determined to stand in the midst of adversity. Fighters determined that no matter what, God, I know what you're speaking. I hear you, God. God, I don't understand everything, but I understand that you're in control. Be a fighter for the things of God. His main skill, talking about David, was on the battlefield. David shared his stuff on the battlefield. That's why later on he's going to get in trouble because he didn't go on the battlefield. Can I help somebody here? I hear it, Holy Ghost. Wherever you are called to fight in the kingdom, stay right there. Don't come off your battlefield. If your battlefield is ushering, then ush. If your battlefield is being a musician, then do it. Whatever it is, wherever it is that God has placed you, stay on your battlefield. That's where he's giving you the fight. He had killed the lion, killed the bear, killed that uncircumcised giant. Sure, he would take delight not in killing 100 Philistines, but in killing, watch this, 200 uncircumcised.
There you go.
That's the one. If there's anything that stirs David when he sees an uncircumcised giant, an uncircumcised spirit. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. Uncircumcised. Let me help you out. I have a sharper one hand. Somebody showed me how to sharpen it too. Sharp. Because what we must understand is that, I love the Lord. I love him. It was not enough to kill them. We must now demonstrate that it's the enemy we've killed. And the only way that they could tell it was an enemy is by going to the male organ and seeing that it was covered. So every enemy that was damned, God now exposed them. I don't need any volunteers for this. You just imagine. 100, 200 of them. 200 bloody foreskins. There's some serious battles going on. We're around here playing petty. That's exactly where I was going. Come here, Tyra, with the enemy. We love our enemies. Oh, God loves you. God loves me. We're a happy family. And it does not matter that you're not going to heaven. We'll just have good time on earth. Ain't no time like that.
Come on now.
No. I ain't play no game with you. If you are an uncircumcised Philistine, if you are not, watch this, in covenant relationship, if you haven't, watch this now, if you haven't shed blood before while you were alive, you're going to shed it while you're dead. One way or the other, blood will flow. Shamanose. There's some serious stuff. David had a massive issue with enemies of God. Uncircumcised flesh. David delighted in removing those who spoke against God. Oh, yeah. David and his men would kill the enemy, and then as proof that they had been killed Philistines, he would bring back their uncircumcised. You got to be glad we're in the New Testament. That were under grace. I'm going to help somebody in a minute right here. See? Elder. Stay in the spirit, Elder. Listen. We, New Testament, We've got to understand, I told this to one of the students in school overseas. The Bible is progressive. It takes you from the old covenant to the new. It teaches you. I can always teach from the old covenant because it's a lesson. It's a shadow. It's a teacher. But I can't live in the old covenant because of the new covenant. And I'm telling you that if we were in the old covenant or under the old covenant, every male would have to be circumcised because you are judged according to your hygiene. You are judged according to really the wherewithal, what you can afford to have. And so here, you are an enemy to the kingdom, boy oh boy, if you're not circumcised. The Philistines, they did not believe, hear me, in circumcision. They did not believe in it. The Philistines hated. You know, they were circumcision-phobic. They hated circumcision. The Philistines hated the practice of circumcision as it was an ordinance of God, and by David doing such an act, this would make Philistines hate David even more and seek his life. When you take a dead body and do something mutilated or other things I can't go into, that family going to hate you more. Did you see the court case with Larry Nassar and the father that says, Judge, may I request of you, would you give me 5 minutes with him? And he was so humble. Wasn't he humble? I said, oh, Lord. Then he said, she said, no, you know I can't do that. He said, on the same track, well, Judge, just 1 minute. Well, no, sir, you know I couldn't. By the time he left over, he was like, give me 1 second. He didn't get that second. They stopped him. But I'm telling you, when there is a hatred towards something that someone does to another who is innocent. So I need for you to understand that the Philistines at the end of this will hate David all the more. Do you see it, church? This is the double talk of Saul. Saul does not want David to be a hero. Saul didn't want David to be a hero. He wants David to be a zero, non-existent, dead. So all of this would seem as a setup for heroism was really a death trap, marriage trap for David by Saul. Let me say this. Circumcision is always evidence of your commitment to God. No longer circumcision of the flesh. Let me put the knife away. But now circumcision of your heart. That your heart now has been peeled back of anything that could possibly be hidden in it. And now you are revealed unto God. And your heart is before God. I'm telling you, and God just sees our heart. We're no longer hidden. That's the circumcision. Cut back the flesh. I like that. Cut back the hood. Can I talk about that for a minute? Huh? Why do you think the devils now got it? We're at all these hoodies. Everything's a hoodie. Helmet, clothes, because they're hiding the face, hiding the recognition. But I'm going to tell you right now that in the spirit, I don't wear no hoodie in the spirit. I don't wear no helmet in the spirit. What you see is who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I am circumcised. I am given over to God. It's a difference. Cut back the hood. Remove the cover. Cut back the flesh that covers the deeper things going on and commit your ways to God. Oh, that's a sentence there. Takes me to point number 3. I'm doing good. Double trouble. The trick and the treat. Not either or, the trick and the treat. It is good, but it's also bad. 28. And Saul saw and knew that the Lord, was with David, and that Michal, Saul's daughter, loved him. So it's like, oh, man, bad. The Lord's with him. Oh, good. My daughter's with him. Good and bad. You cannot make the hand of the Lord come against someone else. Listen. You remain in God's will. That way, nobody can take you out of the plan of God. You have to walk out. Right? So it doesn't matter how many enemies you have, who speaks against you. No. As long as you're doing God's will, nobody can remove you. Telling you, man. Now, by the way, when somebody is trying to remove you, speak things bad against you, it's called witchcraft, people. Witchcraft. That's why no matter how I am treated, I'm going to tell you, my executive knows more than anybody, no matter how I am treated, I will walk away and I will not seek revenge. I ain't even going to pray. Get them, God. I ain't praying nothing. Yeah, you pray for repentance. Christian revenge is witchcraft. Christian revenge is witchcraft. God ain't get it. This marriage will be a trap. For Saul, it is good in that now he has inside help. His daughter Michal. This can get so delicious in a few sermons too. For Saul, it is bad because unfortunately, Michal loves David. This could get tricky. Is it a trick or a treat? It's both. 29. And Saul was yet the more afraid of David, and Saul became David's enemy continually. You see that word continually? Michal is happy. David's happy. Saul is continually angry. He is an angry enemy. 30. Then the princes of the Philistines went forth, and it came to pass after they went forth that David behaved himself more wisely than all the servants of Saul, so that his name was much set up. Oh, Lord. Last time we read that he behaved himself wisely. This time, the Bible says he behaved himself more wisely. I'm going to tell you, people of God, if you remain in the will of God, God will give you more wisdom, more guidance, and more instruction than you ever thought you could even have. Why? Because it's not about you personally. It's about the purpose that God has spoken over your life. And so God will continue to stand over his word to see that it's performed in you. I'm here to tell you, you can have all types of hands upon your life. Huh? What David had? He had the hand of the lion, Paul, come on. Hand of the bear, Paul. Hand of the giant, massive hand. Hand of the king with the javelin. And the hand of the Philistines. But can I tell you, it didn't matter how many hands came against him? Because the hand of, come on, I said it before. Because the hand of God, my God, I think the confidence that Christians should have, that no matter what, God, you've proven in the past that I will overcome. So God, listen, I'm not looking for the hand of the pastor. I mean, it's good. I'm not looking for the hand of a friend. But God, I need your hand to be upon me so that no matter what, no matter who the enemy is, that I know I shall be a conqueror. I shall be more than a conqueror because the hand of the Lord is upon me. Come on, God is teaching a lesson here. I don't care how vicious they are. I don't care how brutal they are. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how wicked they are. I don't care how even skilled they are. I said that when God's hand is upon you, you're going to be more than a conqueror. Oh, yeah. Every day, it should be God, place your hand upon me. When you wake up in the morning. And listen, I had one arm for about a day and a half. I couldn't do much with it. Couldn't sleep, all tender. And I said, oh, this is important. My hand is important to me. I didn't like my shoulder being tender. I didn't like not having the full authority. I'm going to tell you something. Young people may not like it. But when your hand's that tender, you can't clean the house as much you want. See, some people didn't rejoice. Some people are not concerned about that. But that concerned me. Yeah. Couldn't pick up things like I wanted to. But I'm here to tell you, oh, by the way, I'm feeling much better. Listen, when God's hand is upon you, every work that he's given you to do, it shall get done. Oh, it may come another way. It may be done in another way. But I'm telling you what, the script that God has written over your life, it shall be. You got to have confidence in the hand of God. David has survived all of these hands, and now, Lord have mercy, David would have to survive a hand in marriage. Lord have mercy. I don't need nobody to put up their hands, but you do know you're a champion if you survive in marriage. I ain't going to say enough. Put my hand down. You do know that you are a champion if you survive in marriage. It ain't about him or her. It's about the fact that it's a holy estate. And because it's a holy estate, there's a demonic attack on the holy estate. Listen, when your enemy is coming to take you out, they will have to take you out of the will of God. And God was with David. And so they are more afraid, and he is more wise. God will always give you what you need in order to conquer and have victory over the plans of your enemy. David, you are anointed. David, God's hand is upon you. And David, God's hand beats out every hand of the enemy. David, you will continue to be more than a conqueror, and others will continue to be more afraid of the call of God, my Lord, of the call of God upon your life. Oh, it's a sweet place to be. When there's I don't know when I reached a place, but I reached a place in my walk when I understood, sis, I understood it, that Maria, didn't matter how many people did not approve of you, how many people came against you. Girl, all you got to do is focus on God and focus on the will of God and love him every day. Wake up with a love song towards God and watch God's plan unfold in your life. The marriage trap will not work. We're going to find, I hope you aren't getting tired of David's story. Are you all right? Because I'm telling you, we got some delicious stuff coming up. The marriage trap will not work. You do not have to seek revenge. God will reward you with his protection over your life. Higher. Yes. Yes. There are more battles to win in front of you than are behind you. God's will be done. Amen. I need you, church, to understand that. It's not what has happened to you up to this point. It's the fact that you yet desire God to lead your life. That speaks to success in front of you. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter the lion, the bear, the giant, the Philistine, the king. Isaiah, God has spoken success in front of you. I want to encourage, and I feel such an unction to do this right here. As you go about this week, when you shake hands with someone, I'm going to remind you that God's hand is upon me. When you wave to someone, you're going to be unusually aware of your hand. Because this week, God wants you to understand, my hand is upon you. And none can take you out of the palm, the security, the safe dwelling place of the hand of God. People of God, if you don't know God that way, it's time to know him that way. I spoke earlier, and I mentioned somebody needs to choose Jesus today. Somebody needs to reconnect with God today. Somebody needs to make him your eternal choice. Things are happening fast in the world. Doesn't matter what's going on. Once you're secure in God, you're secure. So I'm going to ask again, is there one? Pastor, you know what? I'm convinced now. Whew, I need to make the move. I need to do this. Is there one today says, preacher, I'm ready. I'm ready. Goodness gracious. I don't have to try everything in the world to understand that this is the day, this is the time. Is there one? I want to give my heart to the Lord.